Hi, everyone, and welcome to the very first edition of Rock the Boat with Richard Hagan, right here on Yachting International Radio. I'm really pleased to have you on board. Welcome.
Thank you, Ria. I'm very excited to be here. I'm excited to be part of the team. Thanks.
Well, hey, let's get started. Who are you? Where are you from? And what is your interest in boating?
Yeah, so I'm Richard. I'm from Cape Town in South Africa, born and bred here. I grew up in a small little town called Gordons Bay, which is on the False Bay coast. It's close to Cape Town, and then subsequently moved close to where I'm staying now, which is in the northern suburbs of Cape Town. My interest in boating goes back to when I was very young, probably 7, 8, 9 years old. My dad managed a large fiberglass luxury yacht manufacturing company, and they turned out some of the biggest luxury power cats in South Africa. And he oversaw the whole process, and that's where my interest started. But also from there, him and his brothers, my uncles, would take me out on their boats regularly fishing, and I spent time all around the coastline of Cape Town, catching all kinds of things. And I generally hated it, but I loved being out at sea, and that's stayed with me ever since.
So, what can we expect from this show, Rock the Boat?
So I would like to say that you can expect a little bit of everything. The theme is definitely going to be heavily based on the mainstream boating industry. That's something that people start on and graduate to super yachts. So we want to start reaching a new audience on the mainstream boating side. So I'm going to be focusing on the news, the latest news from the mainstream boating industry. It's incredibly underserved. You're not even going to find it on YouTube or anywhere else. You're going to find it here on Yachting International Radio. You're going to hear it here first. I'm connected with all the top brands, and we're going to focus on that. So we're going to be talking about new boat launches. We're going to be talking about product launches. We're going to be talking about people in the industry, hopefully an interview here and there, and just generally what is happening in the boating industry and the mainstream side of things.
And now this is going to be worldwide, not just South Africa, but around the world.
Correct. Yeah, look, that is definitely going to be the focus. The South African industry exists, but it's very small. And so the focus is going to be on the global market, definitely.
Now, right now, I mean, in today's day and age, of course, we are talking about the pandemic, and I hate every single show we ever have. It seems to crop up, but it is our reality. Where is the hottest marketplace for boating right now?
I would definitely have to say it's Miami in Florida. Definitely. I mean, the things that are coming out of that part of the world are so exciting. It's the hub of all activity right now, and it's definitely where my focus is.
And what is the importance of the boating industry? I mean, you know, I had a conversation with the Commodore, the ex-Commodore actually of the Chicago Yacht Club not too long ago. And he was saying that the yachting industry is actually built on a pyramid. And the pyramid has a base, and that base is the initial sort of the starting boats, you know, when you get into fishing boats, et cetera. And then as people get older and they get wealthier, once they've had that love of boating, that tends to bring them all the way up to the top of the pyramid when it comes to super yachts. Is that what you find?
Absolutely. And, you know, you and I were having this conversation recently, and we were talking exactly about about how people's interest in boating tends to start on their smaller boats when they're younger. And then as they get older and their careers advance, you know, they've become high net worth individuals, and they're the ones that end up in super yachts. So there's definitely a connection. What we're also seeing in the mainstream boating industry is very interesting. It's starting to mirror the luxury car market in the sense that, you know, when you look at the car market, you've got these high-end vehicles with all kinds of amazing features, and that DNA in those vehicles tends to find its way down gradually into the sort of mainstream vehicle market. And the same thing is starting to happen now with boating. Where you're finding features that previously you would expect to only find on, you know, 80 to 100 foot plus yachts, you're now finding on 40 or 50 or 60 foot boats. And so I think that says a lot about what the mainstream boating market, what the average boater is aspiring to. And I think it's very exciting. And I think it's something we all need to be paying attention to.
Let me ask you, I mean, for those that are liveaboards, and what I'm seeing, this past couple of years as well, is that there tends to be more of a push towards people living aboard, because with the idea that so many people were sent home or furloughed, or they were able or had to work from home, they realized that they could do their jobs wherever in the world. What is the most popular boat in that sort of mid-marketplace? Is it catamarans? Is it monohulls?
Yeah. I think it's hard to say, but based on some conversations I had last week and just recently, I would say definitely catamarans. You're getting a lot of space for the same amount of money. You're getting a shallower draft that makes it easier to access shallower anchorages. And just generally speaking, it's a much more practical space to live in. So I would say that definitely the catamaran is the more popular option. I mean, if I look at what's happening with some of the brokerages, I mean, just last week I saw a post by some of the guys saying that they actually can't keep the stock. They can't keep the stock. I mean, they get the stock in and it's sold out, virtually the same day. When you're talking about catamarans, the demand is unbelievable. I had a conversation last week with a gentleman from the yacht market, the sales manager there, and he was saying to me that that segment of the market, and not specifically catamarans necessarily, but that price bracket is so active right now. It's their best-selling category. It's their most active category, and so I think that ties in with what you were saying. And he was saying the same thing with COVID and the need for social distancing. People are buying boats and getting out in the water and finding that they can have a great time away from everybody else in perfect safety.
Well, you know what? I'm really looking forward to the future of this show and to be able to sort of track what is going on in the industry into the future. Because, as we were saying, I really do think that the boating industry is the foundation upon yachting and then super yachting. And it's good to keep up to breast with what's going on. And it's nice to see what the marketplaces are doing around the world as well. What
Agreed.
is boating doing in the US compared to Europe or in Australia or New Zealand? It's good to know who's hot, where is hot, what's moving. I think it's information that we need to know in the industry.
Absolutely. And I'm looking forward to bringing it to the viewers. I'm looking forward to getting to know everybody, and I'm excited about what we can do for the platform. So thank you very much for the opportunity, and I'm very, very excited to see what we can do here.
Yeah, well, with a name like Rock the Boat, I expect there's going to be a little bit of fun in there somewhere too.
There's definitely going to be a little bit of fun in there. I've got a few ideas, and well, you'll just have to watch this space, won't you?
True enough. Once again, thank you ever so much, Richard. You have a new show coming. It will be airing every single Wednesday at 1900 CET time right here on Yachting International Radio. And of course, just check out the postings across all of our platforms and you can catch the new show, Rock the Boat with Richard Hagan.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Once again, you've been watching Rock the Boat with Richard Hagan right here on Yachting International Radio. My name is Ria. I have been your host. Please tune in again next week.